Good morning. Good morning. Oh.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident,
4967, he was messing with his microphone.
Hi, coming to you from southern Indiana. It's still snowing. We up to about 9 inches here. We up to about 9 inches of snow. I-65, when I saw on the news on WDRB 41, I-65 here in Indiana where I live has only got one lane open. So I switched over where you can see WDRB 41.
It's hard to tell. I mean, really just the roads that extend off of roads like Broadway. I mean, you see how clean and clear this is? Well, spin around with me real quick. You can see this road. This is 5th Street right off Broadway. It doesn't look like it's been touched in hours. So really, those are the difficult spots, the difficult problems this morning for people who are having to get out and commute. Is they might be fine on Broadway or Baxter Avenue, maybe parts down the road in the interstates, but if you're needing to get off and go into a neighborhood or a parking lot that hasn't been plowed, well, let me show you what conditions you're facing. It looks like it would be fine on the snow. Now, it's hard to walk in this stuff too because it's so frozen. Just to give you an idea of how much ice we got, look at this plant here, this bush. You can actually see that this is completely iced over here. I mean, that can tell you how much of this is on the ground underneath what we see right here. And that can be a little deceiving looking at it with your eye, or if you're behind the wheel thinking you can drive through this stuff.
I'm going to have to come in and get this plow blade.
It's really blowing here downtown. We've noticed in the last couple of days, making things chilly.
That it has, my friend. As we look at Storm UHD radar, we've got a real humdinger in the last phase of this storm. Mike, you want to come over here and hit the space bar for me, buddy? Well, because I don't know where the remote is. I might have left it in the restroom. When I was washing my hands, finishing things up, and I hear Lindsay saying, "So Jude," I'm like, well, I better walk into the studio because it's my turn to be on TV. So the clicker could be in the restroom. It's somewhere around here. But just hit the space bar when you'd like. We see the radar, that comma shape of snow coming at us. Winter storm warning keeps going from Indianapolis all the way down to Bowling Green, and we're right in the middle of it. Now, this is pretty rare. You know how large our viewing area is, considering, let's just say, from Seymour to Columbia down in Adair County. Thank you, Chris. Where'd you find it? Was it really? See, Lindsay? You made me nervous. I can hit this earpiece.
I thought you were outside in the weather garden.
No.
And, you know, when you gotta know, you gotta go.
I mean, we're on air for 5 hours. Good thing it was just a number one. We're looking at the gusty winds. I made it here. I didn't miss my slot. That's the gusty winds is going to blow things around a little bit. You know, you got that fluffier, powdery snow now that it's colder. Not just at the surface, but where the snow's generated, where you get that snow growth zone, much colder, so it starts out a little bit powdery. You'll get some blowing snow going on with these winds that can gust to almost 30 miles per hour. It's not that windy constantly, but as that snow from what we have right now comes out, it'll be steady.
People,
Be on the light side with visibility.
if you don't have to get out today, stay at home. Unless you got a 4-wheel drive, you're not going to make it. I can't even get out of my driveway. And I haven't seen no county trucks up on the main road. 31, you know, is still slick, covered in snow and ice. When it's when this is this cold, people, you know about the temperature. Hello, Yoda. Hello, Barbara. This is here in Louisville, Kentucky, and southern Indiana. We got about, they're calling for 1 to 3 additional inches here in Indiana and Kentucky. In Kentucky on WDRB TV, we got 9.8 inches of snow. So we got about almost 2 inches of snow since I done a live stream last night. I guarantee you, we haven't got snow like this since, I don't say 98, 78, somewhere, Because back in the younger days, 20 so plus years ago, they said we just going to get snow flurries. Boy, they lied. They lied. And they lied because we got up to about 3 foot of snow. Snow drifts.
Yeah, go ahead.
The county road departments, the state highway departments here in Indiana, they couldn't do it. They had to find people with bulldozers and graders where they could put the snow in back of a dump truck and take it down to the river and dump it into the river. That's what they done over 20 years ago. It shut everything down. Like today, there's no school. All government offices in Indiana and Kentucky, within maybe 50 miles, maybe more in all directions, is closed. No courthouse is open. No schools is open. Probably no fast. Let me turn it back.
State police money, so there's no tow trucks getting out.
And I just heard they talking about on my other radio, no tow trucks is getting out.
Warnings this morning. We'll give you a look at how this wildness in the weather has affected communities
From
across
9,
the
9:30.
middle part of the U.S.
Down
Be sure
to
to
9,
stick with us for
9:30.
9 a.m. news today. A new study says your pet may be judging you, the type of dog in Wisconsin that judge their humans the most. Plus, a local man's work could be featured on the Super Bowl, the commercial he created for Doritos. And the table talk question of the day: what's your favorite thing to do on a snow day? We'll share some of those answers coming up.
Good.
First, though, tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot, $62 million, and tonight's Powerball $220 million.
Down 9:30.
Watch this and eat that. That can only mean one thing. General Frostbite's Icy Storm is ready for you. Look, Snowfox is ready.
People, don't get out if you live in my area. Don't get out, I saw the news reporter had to help a doctor that was kind of got stuck on the way, I guess, to the hospital. So I want you all to be careful. It is bad out there, people, here in Indiana and Kentucky area. Kansas, they got over 10 inches of snow in Kansas. They got over 10 inches of snow in Kansas. They probably got 12 inches by now, since we got about 2 more inches since I was live last night. I wish I had somebody close to me can help me figure out, because on here I don't have any problems with Prison Live Studio. When I go over to YouTube on my cell phone, you know, it's live, you all get to see it. When I log off of it, it puts it in private mode. And I try to read the instructions. I'm a dummy. That's the truth. I'm a dummy. Everything in my area of southern Indiana, you know, I'm between 19 and 27 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky. And if you don't have to get out, stay at home. You know, a regular front-wheel drive ain't going to do anything. You need a four-wheel drive to get out. You need a four-wheel drive to get out in my area. And also in Kansas, you probably need a four-wheel drive. So it's bad, people, in my area. Anybody who got arrested over the weekend, they're not going to have court. They're not going to have court. Let's turn over and show you some more stuff.
Helping out with them at the
Moving out
bridge,
of central U.S.
just before you get
the
to
coast, as we've been
Lake
talking
Road
about, many states from the
from
south are facing bitter cold and powerful winds. Forecasters say thick ice could cause power outages in some of those areas as well. Jude.
Chris, this is the layer of ice that we have that's on top of last night's heavy snow, and it's going to be underneath today's accumulating snow. As you walk around, I mean, and it starts to collapse and crack. It's almost like tectonic plates breaking up. It's nuts what we have to deal with, trying to chisel out of this cement-like frozen sleet, freezing rain and snow. Additional accumulation going to happen today. We'll show you future radar coming up.
And we want to show you some more live road conditions. This is I-65 north on the Louisville side. Things are pretty clear, but crews are trying to get out there as they deal with another pass with that additional snowfall this morning. We'll be right back with more.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration.
People, that's in Louisville, Kentucky area. Hello, Sing. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? We are bad here in Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky area. As I just showed you, the Kentucky I-65 roads, you can see blacktop. You come over here to Indiana, they only got one lane of road open.
65 north or 65 south ramp, and I'll go on up
And
get that Ivy Tech
with a
ramp.
temperature around 27, 28 degrees, putting salt down's not going to help. You know, salt can only work down to a certain temperature. You know, I want to show you about the weather here where I'm at. And I'm trying to educate you. My channel is PG. No gay stuff. No sexual harassment. No putting down ladies. No cussing. You know, like this. I'd rather be on a computer, people. But the problem is the money. I'm on a fixed income. I can't afford to buy a computer.
In case you get any calls, I-64.
Let's help get me up to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I forgot at the start of this. Happy birthday to anybody who has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you all that was born on this date. Also, people, happy anniversary who got married on this day. Happy anniversary. People, follow your dreams. You know, follow your dreams. You can be anybody you want to. Try treating people nice. And they should treat you nice, but sometimes you got people out there that won't be nice to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go.
Well, I want you all to be nice to people. Because that's what God wants us to do, to be nice. God wants you to follow His rules. Look at my Sunday video of Bob Joyce in Benton, Arkansas. He had a good sermon yesterday.
James,
and say, I believe you described in my channel, I believe, and I got one email out of all the people that subscribe to my channel. Sometimes I get emails, sometimes I don't. Don't ask me why, I can't understand that. But the emails I do get, will you subscribe?
no, you're fine. Yeah,
I subscribe to your channel to help you out. You know. That's what
taking a little longer than
God wants us to do. Help each other out. Follow your dreams. Stay in school. Get your education. Go to college. Girls, wait until you're about 28 years old to get married. Get your education out of the way. You don't want to get pregnant while you're in high school because your dreams will get screwed. You know, I know you all plan to go to college. Boys is only after one thing. If they can't wait until you get 28 years old or until you get married, you know, they're only after one thing. Just remember, your mom and dad have talked to you about this while you're growing up. Remember, your dad and mom was your age. I know you're going to argue with your mom and dad, so you don't know what they're talking about. But people think they was your age at one time. You know, I just want to educate you. I want you to graduate from high school. I want you to go to college. Follow your dreams. You got plenty of time to get married and have kids. I just want you all to get your education. I want you to be real smart. Don't let people say you're dumb and you're stupid. You're not. You're smart. You're smart in a whole lot of ways. Don't let people say you're stupid. Because I got faith in all my family. You people on YouTube, you're my family. I treat you like family. It's bad where I live in southern Indiana in the USA. I just want you all to be safe. And I got faith in your people here on YouTube.
I'm closer to 300. We're in that curve.
And right now, you hope you don't need a tow truck. You hope you don't need an ambulance, because they can't get to you right now. I'm expecting Kentucky and Indiana governor to call out the National Guard. That's what I'm thinking. Kentucky and Indiana and probably Kansas is going to do, call out the National Guard. They got those 6x6s where they can get to you. Right now, people, the ambulance can't get to you, especially if you live in southern Indiana. The roads is ice, packed snow. I-65 where I live, they already got one lane, but you can see like two tar tracks, you know. So I want you all to be careful. If you don't have to get out, stay at home. You know, let's go back to,
of course,
to the news.
Showing you these road conditions. We've been in downtown all morning long. We wanted to cross the bridge across the river so that we could show you what the 2nd Street Bridge looks like if you're coming from southern Indiana into Louisville. So we'll flip the camera around here and show you this view.
This is the 2nd Street Bridge going into Louisville.
And those were in pretty good condition. However, the 2nd Street Bridge looking quite different this morning. Not a lot of plowing happening here. These are pretty rough conditions across the bridge. And you can tell just how nasty this weather is by the skyline there in the background. You can hardly see it because of the fog and some of this wintry mix that's still coming down right now. But yeah, coming across the 2nd Street Bridge is going to be difficult for people without an all-wheel drive vehicle because you can see, I mean, it's just still piled up here. And you can tell that road crews have tried to do some work here, but like we mentioned, there are priority roads that they're having to get to. Some of them they're going to get to quicker than others. Just a tough sledding out here in downtown Louisville, all across southern Indiana as well. We're all dealing with the same thing. And a lot of this, as you can tell, like whenever you see the roadways after they've been plowed, this is all layered. What we got first, a little bit of that snow, some of the freezing rain yesterday, it's all layered on top of each other, so it's really hard to plow these roads, especially with the temperatures that we're at now as well. So if you don't have to be out here today, we recommend that you don't be. But yeah, giving you a look at the conditions as you come from southern Indiana into Louisville across the 2nd Street Bridge, and this is a little bit of this everywhere. Some roads better plowed than others, but some of those are very difficult to travel right now. If you're going to get out, you need to wait until it's safe to do so.
Dalton, thanks for showing us that. That does not look good.
People, I'm going to get up. I got to take the blanket off because I got it sitting about 69 in the house. I'm going to show you outside my north side window. Now I'm going to show you the north side window. Yeah, the north side. And I want to show you what my yard looks like here in southern Indiana. Oh.
Roads if you can today. He says less traffic makes a big difference for crews to get out there and actually treat the roadways. Crews still have a lot of work to do with the second wave of snow falling this morning. If you want to see if roads close to you have been treated, you can check it out on the Metro's.
Look at the snow, people.
We were also able to speak with
it is covered.
What's happening in southern Indiana.
Officials are urging drivers to be aware of their surroundings on the road.
So that's what it looks like here in southern Indiana, people.
Highway, definitely be vigilant of those curves and hills. And then if you're traveling out on the interstates, you're going to see a little bit of a higher traffic volume, so be aware of other motorists.
Sydney Neerman with NDOT says crews have seen widespread snowfall on the state's roads. Crews were out early yesterday treating the roads for ice, but that has not prevented the snow from covering roads, making them slick. Officials are urging everyone to allow for plenty of time to get to your destinations. My parents live in the northern part of the state.
This is here in Indiana.
Got quite a bit of snow in northern Indiana, which usually gets hammered.
So, if you don't have to get out, and you live where I live, don't get out. And if you don't got a four-wheel drive, you better forget it. You gotta have like a four-wheel drive. So, that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is here. You know, I can't get out. I can't get out. I only got a front wheel drive. I wish I had the money. I would buy me a Jeep Gladiator, standard ship, with the bed liner sprayed in and what they call Z-bar with the under. What, Kathy? Huh? What? Is there something wrong?
My favorite thing to do is find a good hill to go slipping down.
And people, I know the kids is out on their sled or whatever they use nowadays. Back when I was young, we got weather like that, we used to use car hoods and stuff like that to slide. And I'm hoping the governor of Kentucky, Indiana, and Kansas, and other places like that call out the National Guard. You know, the National Guard has a out. That's your toenails, not your paws. Is they got four-wheel drives or 6x6s. And just pray that nobody has a house fire. Because they won't be able to get to you in my area. And with the temperature, the water they put on your house fire will be ice. Everybody learn CPR. Learn some CPR. Because I heard a while ago, maybe 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, they was telling the person how to do CPR over the telephone. You know, if you can, people, learn CPR where you live. You might help somebody in your family or a neighbor person. Check on your neighbors. If you got snow where you live, check on your neighbors if you got the telephone numbers. See if they need anything, you know. Be safe. If you can't get out, stay at home. I'll show you some more roads in Kentucky. I just missed it. But here's the weather right now.
We'll go down into southern Kentucky. It's not like it's only going to snow in Louisville and southern Indiana. This is the finality of this winter storm. When you can open up the windows and blinds, look out there and not see snow coming down. When we can put this bad boy to bed coming up.
WDRB News is sponsored by Spalding University.
I want you all to be careful. You know, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad where I live, people. We got about 9 inches of snow. We picked up maybe 2 more inches since I was live last night.
You got a copy?
And
Yeah.
I'm saying prayers out to all of you.
Truck's fixed here. We took the windshield wiper off the passenger side and put it on the driver's side on 330. I guess KTS is closed today, so we can't get no parts. So if you need to use 330, it's only going to have driver's side windshield wiper.
So make sure you got good wiper blades on. I tell you a secret, people. If you live in the area like this where you got snow,
Truck's overheating and shutting down.
clean your snow off your vehicle. Start your engine up. Let it warm up. Turn your defrosters on. Let your oil in your engine warm up. Your transmission, let that get warm. Let your heat in your car get warm. Make sure you defrost your windows. Take your broom and clean the snow off your tail lights, your headlights, your roof of your car, and your trunk. Clean the snow off. But I'm hoping the states that got snow like we do, Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, probably Michigan, I like to see the governors of the states like Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan, anybody who got snow. I like to see the governor of those states that got snow like we do here in southern Indiana call out the National Guard. They got those 6x6 and they got the Hummers. And plus, the National Guard also got ambulances that they probably could get to you. People, call your family up. See how they doing. If you don't live here in Indiana and you got family, call your family up on the telephone. Or in Kentucky or Kansas. Call your family up, your kin folks. Or friends you might went to school with that lives in these snow states like today.
No, just clean it off for them. You know where they got any concrete on that one? Because it's so stay away from that.
Police have been looking for Shepard since they say he shot Orange County Sheriff's Deputy Zach Andrew during a traffic stop. That happened early Friday morning on Highway 150 near West Baden. Police say Shepard shot Deputy Andrew 4 times and left him lying in the road. Louisville police found Shepard on Wheeler Avenue in the Jacobs neighborhood on Saturday night in the backyard of a home. LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey said Shepard shot at officers.
That's the deputy that got shot Friday in Orange County, Indiana.
Sheriff's deputy is in critical but stable condition after having surgery on Friday morning.
Later today, Louisville Metro Council will still meet 7 new members. All of the new members are Republicans, shrinking the Democratic majority to 2 seats. The districts who elected a new representative are District 4, 6, 10.
So I want you all to send prayers out to this deputy here in Indiana, in Orange County, Indiana, that got shot by this guy, and LMPD shot him because he tried to kill those LMPD officers. I'm just going by what they had on the news. But I'm going to have to put my britches on in a little bit and take some dry cat food outside and some more milk for the cats, which I got a pitcher, maybe it's a 2-quart pitcher. I put hot water in it Then I put some milk in it. And I let them have some milk. I also got a box outside on my porch with a tarp over some of the porch. But I got a heat lamp. And the box got some straw in it. They're all into the box by the heat lamp. And people, you got pets where you live where it's snowing. You know, if you can let them in the house, that's okay. Or maybe set up a heat lamp for them. Or maybe like something like a garage. Or if you got a shed, you know, you can put a heat lamp in there where your pets have a place to go where they can keep warm. I want you all to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell, or notification bell, and get all notifications.
Scott County EMS, Scottsburg First Responders, have a medical alarm at 1450 Scott Valley Drive. Alarm company advised elderly female fell on the floor, possible injuries.
Well, you heard an ambulance and first responders in Scottsburg, Indiana. A woman fell in her house.
Scott County EMS, Scottsburg First Responders.
I don't know if the ambulances in Scottsburg, Indiana is a four-wheel drive or not. For what I see of the new ambulance service we got here in Clark County, Indiana, is not a four-wheel drive or an R-wheel drive. They can't get out here in Clark County, Indiana. Be safe, people. Be safe.
Mr. Clear.
Say prayers for all these people here that got this big snowstorm. Don't get out. They want you to stay at home because the roads here in Indiana is real bad. It's real bad. Some of the roads in Kentucky you can see blacktop. But here where I live, you can't see blacktop. Even they put the Rhine stuff down. You know, I guess it's that salt water or whatever you want to call it. So, just be careful.
That's the best it's probably worked all night.
Stay at home. Give your highway department, your city department, your county road department.
Yes, sir.
Give them time to clean the road up. I know you're all Friday in the area where they said it's going to snow. You done went to the grocery store, stock up. If you got a wood stove, I hope you got plenty wood.
I had just enough on here to come up here and do this.
You know, be safe. Keep an eye on your wood stove.
Let's get Norman out.
Working shifts.
I'll bring
You know,
down there.
like nighttime. Have one person to stay up all night to watch your wood stove. Make sure nothing catches on fire. You know, do it in shifts. Because this time of year is bad for wood fires, and it's cold. You know. So let's turn back a little bit. So I want you all to be careful. It is bad here where I live, people. It is bad. it is bad. You know, it is bad here in Indiana. Oh, I gotta get up. I'm gonna lay it down and let you all listen to the scanner for a few minutes. Get out.
Open the rear door, please.
I do not have an updated list.
But J4 here at the hospital that needs signs.
So, I want you all to be careful.
Negative, courthouse was closed today.
Clear, if you can find out who would be willing to sign this, we can either have it faxed to them or we can have a deputy simulate the hospital and take that to them. That would be fantastic.
Clear.
$36.30, 61, 1023. Be half mile or a mile south of 400 North. I'll be out with the vehicle off the road.
36-1.
So
402, 408.
Good. Before I go ahead.
What's your 20?
but it is bad here. It's bad here in Indiana. Come on. Go lay down. You know, it's bad here where I live. If you got snow in your state, wherever you live, if you got snow, people, stay in. Stay in. Because probably if you work, they're probably shut down. Schools are shut down. Businesses shut down. Courthouses is shut down. There's no courts here in southern Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky area. With that's how bad it is. The courts is closed. Government office is closed. I like to see the governor of Indiana and Kentucky bring out the National Guard. Because it's bad out there, people. And if you had a doctor's appointment today, if you live like where I live, it's probably canceled. They probably will call you. Or you can call the doctor's office. And it's probably, your appointment probably been canceled due to the snow. I was supposed to go to the hospital this morning and have eye surgery. They called yesterday, it was canceled due to the snow. That's how bad it was at that time when they called. And it got worse as the time went on.
Your neighborhood, they should do that. But the interstates are kind of covered in the northern part on I-65. The southern, they're pretty clear. And but of course it's a challenge getting out there. If you don't have to be out there, don't get out in it. Oh, you drive by. That means I have. Okay, go! Go! Wait till I pick up my snowball! Okay. Got it.
So people, does that bring memories back when you was a teenager and a kid, have snowball fights? That brings back, people, that brings memories back when I was young. Hello, Martin Young and Kraft. How you doing this morning? I decided to do some live this morning because of the snow.
Roadways there. There's a power crew en route. We'll keep you updated, give you more live looks throughout the morning.
3 reasons I chose kitchen
So,
and what?
people, I want you all to be safe. Be safe. I tell you some secrets, people, of my age of 70 plus years old. On this type of weather, if you got a wood stove, especially a wood stove, have a schedule where somebody is always up 24/7. I know you all got smoke detectors in your house. Work in shifts, you know. Also, this type of weather, sleep in your clothes. Have your car keys with you. Your cell phone. By working in shifts, people say work from 10 at night till 7 o'clock in the morning, or it depends how many's in your family. Work a shift. And kind of stay up, keep an eye on your house. Because this type of bad weather, anything can happen. With this ice storm and all that, your tree limbs can come down. Or your house could catch on fire, because some of you turn your heat temperature up a little bit. So if you work in shifts, make sure you're safe, like wood stoves or however you heat your house. Those plugged-in electric heaters, they're a fire hazard. So you want to make sure you got a shift, because some of those electric heaters, their cords is not heavy duty. Them electric heaters cords can get hot and catch fire. So I'm trying to teach you all some safety tips. Wintertime is a bad time of the year for anybody. Them electric heaters, they can catch on fire. So I want you all to work in shifts. You say, why are you telling us that? Usually a fire starts when you're sleeping at night or this time of day. Like I learned in boot camp in Paris Island. We done what they call a fire watch detail. This is going back to the 70s in boot camp. You had 2 people. We had one on each end of our barracks. We will walk back and forth to keep an eye for fire safety and stuff like that. So I want you all to be safe at this time of year. So, I would teach you about, safety stuff, like do a fire watch, 2-hour shifts or something like that. Keep an eye on your house. And because wood stoves, usually this time of the year, there's usually some house fires involve wood stoves. Alexi is before wintertime gets here, you have a chimney sweeper come and clean your stovepipe out. Clean your flue out where you got your wood stove. Blackie! Let's show you some more snow in my area.
Before this snow came down, it looked like just everything was a frozen pond or a lake, especially if you're around any streetlights, glistening. Well, now we're getting this snow burst coming on through, a few hours worth of snow that'll come on down. This is what we've seen, about a half inch since about 6:30, 7 o'clock, when we made the changeover from freezing drizzle to this powdery snow that will be wind whipped at times, because we'll get some of these gusts up around 25, 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. So when the kids are out playing in it and they're out there for an hour or 2 hours, and you're like, make sure you bundle up, make sure their coats are closed like this, and they have all the necessary things to keep them warm, because this is going to be one of those days. This is one of those days that's really pretty too. This is a nice, gentle snow. So many people are at home.
You see there around Henryville, Indiana. That's my area.
Impact, but it's going to be a high impact for people who get paid to clear the roads. I mean, I'm back at it again today, and we've been mentioning this quite a bit as we give a tip of the cap to all the guys and gals that are driving those trucks, that are, out on their 2 feet, clearing sidewalks and driveways and doing whatever they can to help out. This band of snow comes in and will be most prevalent from what's happening right now through about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock this afternoon. Then it moves to the east, an additional inch or two, maybe as much as 3 inches of snow. But
See, there's ice on the trees.
So looking at a snow map coming up in a few moments. The one spot where we had most of that ice was down near the parkways from Bullitt County into Hardin County. A lot of places in E-Town down towards Litchfield, picking up a quarter to half inch of the freezing rain.
All right, thank you, Jude. As he was telling us, the snow just keeps falling in the Louisville area.
Let's recap where we've been. This is after one of the city's snowiest days ever recorded in the month of January, and we had freezing rain and sleet on top of it as well.
Dalton Godby has been giving us a look at the road conditions this morning. He's made his way to Old Louisville and the St. James Court area. Dalton?
It's beautiful out here. I mean, the most snow we've gotten in a decade. You got to come look at Old Louisville, because there's not many prettier places out there. I mean, St. James Court just looking like a postcard on this Monday morning. But it can be a little deceptive, as we talked about. This looks like some, puffy snow. No big deal. Maybe a snowman. Nope. That appears to be ice. Let's see. This is the top layer of all this. I mean, that's a thick sheet right there. All of this is. It can be dangerous. I mean, look at that. Break that over your head. Knock some sense into you. I tell you what. This is the road right here by St. James Court. This is Magnolia, and you can tell that it's been plowed, but the snow keeps coming down. We got some dogs over there playing around at Central Park. But listen, if you want some snowball fights, we're ready over here. I mean, look at these things. Look at that.
You gonna hurt somebody.
We better watch out. We're coming back with these. That'll hurt. Look at that. That's what we're dealing with here. So you can imagine, quite dangerous. Might want to avoid the snowball fights today, guys.
I want to sting.
Yeah, but I bet St. James Court is gorgeous.
Oh.
Yeah. in the snow.
See, people, that's what we putting up with here in Indiana and Kentucky area. Probably in Kansas, it's probably worse. And they said it's about 25, feels like it's about 14.
If you're out on the road, if you have to travel, you can check out snowky.gov before you leave if you'd like to see the road conditions. Happening today, Congress is holding a joint session to certify President-elect Donald Trump.
For presidential election, the joint session is always on January 6th following an election year and is required by the Constitution. Vice President Kamala Harris will preside over the count as president of the Senate. The last presidential certification count was delayed in 2021 after rioting at the U.S. Capitol.
But people, call your neighbors. If you live in the snow area, and check on your neighbors. Check on your neighbors. If you don't have to get out, and where you live and it got snow, stay at home. A four-wheel drive you would need on a day like this. A four-wheel drive. So, I want you all to be careful. You're my family. I'm checking on you all to see if you're okay. Because I worry about all you people on this planet. I want to know if you all okay, if you got snow. Make sure your cell phones is all charged up. In case electricity goes off. Maybe you can have like battery backups. Have a battery in your house and fix it up where you can plug your cell phone into those battery packs. In case the electricity goes off. Make sure your cell phones is charged up. Make sure you got plenty of food. I know all the grocery stores Friday was packed with people getting ready for this snow. They said just snow flurries. Does it look like it's snow flurries outside, people? But I just want to make sure you're all safe. I'm okay. Everything's closed. Doctor's office, schools, government office, post office. So don't expect to get any mail today, in my area, because there'll be no mail because government office is closed. I guess that includes post office. And some of the police officers that knows me told me if you live in the area, stay at home. Let the highway department get out and clean the roads. Stay at home. That's what the police department wants me to pass on to you all. Any state that has snow, they want you to stay at home. I'm just going by the local police departments in my area telling me to tell you all, please stay at home. If that's not emergency, stay at home. And your states that you got snow in, if you got good police officers, give them a call and see what they recommend for you to put out on your YouTube channel or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Also, people, I got some good news for you people on TikTok. You know, January the 19th, our government trying to take our First Amendment right because of TikTok. Our government can't control TikTok. There's stuff that gets on TikTok that the news media won't pick up. But on the news last night, maybe you saw it on your news station, that the U.S. Supreme Court is taking up TikTok fight. Because your people has complained about your First Amendment rights. So, people, sometime this week, the U.S. Supreme Court is taking over TikTok. So we have to see what's going to happen this week. Oh, a kitty cat's wagging his tail. It must be a birdie outside of the window. That's right. I didn't put no bird seed out. I didn't even buy any bird seed this year. I'm sorry, birdies. But I want to thank you all that has subscribed, hit the like, hit the notification bell. Will I go live anymore today? See, people, I'm experimenting on each time of the day, like morning, evening, and after midnight, trying to see where all the people is on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out the best time, because like in Scotland, right now they're 5 hours ahead of me, since it's about, say if it's 10 o'clock. And Scotland just add 5 hours on to 10 o'clock. I know it's not 10 o'clock. Scotland's 5 hours. Hello. What's the weather up there in New York? You got snow up there? I know New York and Washington, D.C., usually they get a whole lot of snow. Some places we got 8 to 12 inches of snow. And I show you some scenes in Kentucky. Oh, Lord. I haven't seen that on the news. But I don't try to watch the news, but since the way the weather is around here, I want to keep an update. Because I know you people on YouTube has family that might live in Indiana or in Kentucky that you want to know. I've showed you the road conditions in Kentucky. You see blacktop in Kentucky. Indiana, on Interstate 65, you see a one-lane road with like 2 tracks. That's how bad it is here in southern Indiana. People, make sure your cell phones is charged. And have maybe, I know you can buy an extra thing you can plug into your phone to help you out on charging your batteries. And turn that around.
As we move up towards Carrollton, additional accumulation It's on. It's definitely on like Donkey Kong, but it's already tapering off out in Lawrence County. And then as we take you to I-69, that's the buffer zone from the steady snow versus just some flurries. And as we wrap up the accumulation. But another inch or two, maybe some amounts as high as 2.5 to 3 inches because of this caboose on the snow train. That low pressure now moving over into West Virginia and Virginia. This is live in Corden, where we have some of those.
This is Corden, Indiana.
And just in front of the library there, the roads are getting covered yet again. All of the hard work that we put into clearing things up, and some of the roads have looked pretty good this
23 degrees, people. Corden is west of me.
To eliminate a lot of this, we'll be able to.
That's where my friend, Sergeant Bobby Baker, retired from the Army. Hello, Luke. How you doing, my friend? God bless you.
Look at that feels like number down in the teens. So the zone where we're expecting 1 to 3 inches basically goes from the parkways up north. The best chance for that jackpot bullseye of as much as 2 to 3 inches would be along and north of the river, northern Kentucky, up through southern and central Indiana. This thing is almost finished. Once we get after 2 o'clock, what you're going to see here, that white and blue, chiseled back, shaved back, and it is gone. 5 o'clock tonight, maybe a flurry. Now, see all the clouds that we're expecting tonight into tomorrow morning? That's like just putting a blanket in the atmosphere. When you have overcast skies like we're probably going to see, that's a good thing, as we're not going to maximize how cold it could get with fresh snow and ice on the ground. If we were crystal clear tonight, we'd be down around 0, if not below 0. Maybe a flurry out of some lingering clouds tomorrow. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, there's probably another blanket effect of clouds. Thursday morning looks really cold. Thursday, we're going to be tracking a low pressure in the northern plains, a pretty strong low pressure coming out of the desert southwest. Still yet to be determined how much of this energy fuses together. Well, we do think at a minimum right now, we could squeeze out some light snow accumulations Friday into Saturday, as we see that 50-50 chance for snow on Friday. And on Saturday, we'll see a 20% chance for snow. Keith, I'm jealous. You've been throwing snowballs around today. You're sledding. You're having a great time, aren't you?
You know, if you got snow coming down, you want to get out there and have a little fun with it. But I don't know about this snow right here. I met Jace. Jace was walking over the hillside. I said, "Can you give me a push?" He said, "Sure." Just lives right nearby here. But do you like the snow, Jace?
I don't mind it.
Yeah. What's the best part? What's the best part?
I think the beauty, scenery.
Yeah. Scenery, and you're doing a little walk. You say you walk Community Park a lot here in New Albany.
Sure.
All right. When was the last time you went sledding?
Maybe when I was like 15. I don't know.
I should put you on the sled.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, no, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take this one. Jace, you got to give me a push? Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna get down here. Oh, and we don't know how well this sled does. It's an oldie but a goodie. Jace, let's see how this goes. And there's a hill down here. All right, here we go.
Let it be me. Okay, people, I'm going to talk to you later. Stay safe where you're at if you got snow. I want you all to stay safe out there. Make phone calls and check on your neighbors. Check on your family. If you got family that lives in this snow area, so check on them. Hello. Doing okay except for the snow. You know. How you doing where you're at, my friend? But people, I want you to check on your neighbors. They said 9 inches of snow now. So we got about 2 inches of snow, or
that the interstates are looking pretty good, even though we got a little more snowfall this morning. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the fun people have been having in the snow, not just Keith Kaiser.
That's I-65 in Kentucky.
What we can expect for the rest of your day.
So, you know, the highways in Kentucky, you can see blacktop. Indiana, you don't see blacktop, especially where I live in southern Indiana. They just got one lane open, but you see the tar tracks. You know, you can see your cars. So people, reduce your speed. Safety, reduce your speed, people. If you don't need to get out, please stay at home. Don't get out unless you got a four-wheel drive, because you ain't going to go nowhere. Where I live, I can't even get out on my driveway. I got a front-wheel drive. It'll help a little bit, but it'd be nice, people, if I had money, I could buy me a Jeep Gladiator. You know, standard ships. Jeep. You know, I can get out. None of my neighbors got a four-wheel drive vehicle. You know, it'd be nice if I had a four-wheel drive vehicle in case one of my neighbors needs to go somewhere, but I don't have the money. So I want to get off of here. I let you up on the news and update people for you TikTok people. The U.S. Supreme Court this week is going to take up the fight on TikTok. If you all haven't heard, our government is telling us we cannot watch TikTok because they cannot control TikTok, which is, they got some new stuff on it that the CNN and Fox and all them won't report on, but people on TikTok reports it. Our government don't like TikTok. That's how come they trying to put a ban on TikTok January the 19th. But as of yesterday, people, the U.S. Supreme Court is taking up the fight on TikTok. People, put in the comments what you think the U.S. Supreme Court would do about TikTok. To me, they taking our First Amendment rights away, but it'd be nice to know what the U.S. Supreme Court would do about TikTok. I don't see nothing wrong about TikTok. The only thing I see wrong, our government cannot control TikTok. That's the only thing I see wrong with TikTok. Our government cannot control TikTok. Like our government controls YouTube, Facebook, any other media they can control. I don't think they can control X. I don't think they control X. But as of yesterday, people, they announced on the news that the U.S. Supreme Court is taking up the fight for TikTok. I hope the U.S. Supreme Court rules in our favor. So, goodbye. I love you all. Be safe out there today.